It has come to our attention that the lead pastor of Cornerstone Church on Grand Island, John Sherholtz, has been making statements from the pulpit saying things like, quote, "The allegations of abuse in the church have been handled, and there is no one else in the building who is one of Kate's offenders." Let's pull this apart. Fact: months ago, John Sherholtz was given the name of several offenders, 3 of which are still currently sitting in their pews and in roles of leadership. These men have not been removed in any way. Fact: the allegations have been far from handled. Not only are 3 offenders still sitting in the building, but Grace stepping out of the investigation halfway through without publicly stating what they have said to us right along, which is they believe the allegations to be credible and true and so serious that they had to hand it off to law enforcement. They actually have put me and others at risk, leaving us with absolutely nothing, yet again. Far from handled. It's interesting to suddenly hear John undermining the podcast and our social media platforms. Let's see, who else has been saying things like that? Oh yeah, offenders and their support people. John was the same person who at one point found the allegations to be very serious and was willing and wanting to jump in and help. And yet, now that the allegations make things uncomfortable for him and his church, we see him backpedaling. We have seen this pattern time and time again. Pastors like John Sherholtz, Kevin Backus, Jerry Gillis, and Cal Vandermeer, all men who would really like to see this whole thing buried, are using their power from the pulpit to minimize what has happened and sow seeds of doubt. Kevin Backus and Cal Vandermeer have even gone as far as to say that the podcast undermines the church and God himself. For those people that have come to us about their concerns for their children in the church, yes, there is still a concern to be had, regardless of what your pastor is telling you. You can either choose to believe that the concern is valid or take the risk. However, you can never say again that you didn't know.